MasterChef is back.
It means more than anything to me to win.
2 expert judges to decide who wins.
We're looking for a great cook who can make it as a professional. Someone to turn out exceptional food under pressure.
I'll beat them because I'm better than them.
The prize, to work in a top restaurant.
This competition just gets tougher. Whoever wins, it's going to change their life.
I'm going to make sure it happens.
MasterChef is going large. These 6 contestants all want to become the next star restaurant chef. But in this programme, only one winner will get through to Friday's quarter-final. They face 3 tough tests. They have to invent a dish from scratch.
How much booze you got in there, mate?
They have to survive the pressure of working in a professional kitchen.
We're waiting again for the chicken. How long?
And they have to impress the judges with their own recipes.
I enjoyed it because it was such a surprise.
All in just 2 days.
Welcome.
Try to keep hold of your nerves and cook like you would do at home. If you cook something that you enjoy eating, the chances are we'll enjoy it as well.
40 minutes. Time starts now.
It's the quick elimination test. Deciding which 3 stay are judges John Turode, top chef and restaurateur,
Today I want to find somebody who is a natural cook.
and food writer and ingredients expert Greg Wallace.
What I want to see today is a little bit of spark.
The contestants have 40 minutes to cook a dish using any of today's ingredients. Pork escalope, cheddar cheese, celeriac, sage, curly kale, apple, blackberries, brioche and Armagnac.
Christine, why are you here?
I live to cook.
But you're quite busy during the day today, aren't you?
I'm a press officer and I'm also a special constable in Brighton.
And you do a little bit of
DJing as well, yeah.
How are you going to fit MasterChef into that busy
I'm not
lifestyle?
going to fit it in, I'm going to get rid of everything else.
Community Constable Christine sees cooking as the perfect escape from her hectic working life.
My job's quite stressful and it's quite gritty, so it's just lovely to be in my kitchen and creating, and I just forget about absolutely everything.
I can see what we've got there. Tell us.
I saw the ingredients here, I saw the brioche there, I saw the fruit, and I thought, let's do a bread and butter pudding.
Dinner party cook Simon is passionate about cooking for friends and family. Now he wants to make it his career.
When somebody eats something that I've cooked, I just love to see their enjoyment on their faces when they're eating it.
Julie, where are you from?
Colorado in the United States originally.
What are you doing here?
I finished my diploma and have been working in the wine business. For me, what really interests me about the wine food experience is that they both add something to each other.
Vegetarian wine consultant Julie wants to build a career combining her 2 great passions.
My dream would ultimately be to run courses where people can come and learn and appreciate how food and wine work together.
You're halfway there. Chris, you've still got 20 minutes left and you're cooking a very, very thin piece of meat already. I've got to ask you a very simple question. Can you cook?
Yeah, I think so.
And who do you cook for?
Friends, family.
Father of 2 Chris believes that good food is the backbone of family life.
You know when you see these Italian families sitting under the trees and there's 20 of them cooking? We've done that for years, and I think that's one of the reasons we're such a stable family.
Tell me about why you're now here at MasterChef.
My 13-year-old son says to me, go and do it, Mum.
What do you do as a daytime job?
I sell kitchens.
Mother of 3, Arlene's main inspiration comes from cooking shows.
When I was growing up, we didn't go to restaurants. I was the first person I knew to have a dinner party. So that was just fantastic.
You have 9 minutes. 9 minutes left. It's not long. Jacob, you all right?
Yep, so far so good.
You're going for the sugar, that's a good sign. What are you making for us?
I'm going to use the brioche and I'm going to do like eggy bread.
What do you do by way of earning a crust, Jacob?
I'm a DJ.
Whereabouts do you DJ?
All sorts of clubs in London.
Why do you suddenly want to change your life and be a chef?
There's definitely room for me to pursue a different path. I really like cooking, I've always cooked.
Jacob hopes that winning MasterChef will help him achieve his real dream, far away from London's nightclubs.
The ideal ambition would be to go back to Cornwall and open my own bistro and cook the best Cornish food you can get.
You have only 5 minutes left. 5 minutes. That's it, guys. You're all done, all finished.
Family cook Chris is looking to impress with pork, sage and onion cream sauce and garlic mash.
The pork is fairly dry, as I thought it would be because it was cooked quite early. But at the same time, Chris, it seems to be lacking a bit of seasoning. I think the flavours are right. It looks awful.
Dinner party cook Simon has made brioche bread and butter pudding with apples, blackberries and a brandy cream.
That is the nicest dessert I've ever had in my life. Simon, how much booze you got in there, mate? The flavours are good because you've got blackberry and apple, which actually work very well together. I don't know, I mean, I'm a bit tipsy now.
Mother of 3 Arlene has created pork escalope stuffed with cheese and apple on a creamy mash.
Now, I've no idea why you stuck a load of cheddar inside this pork. This nice piece of pork has now become like a chewing gum. It's just there to chew. The prominent flavour is the cheese, of course, as it would be. It's very, very good mash. In fact, it's some of the best mash I've eaten in a very long time.
Community Constable Christine has rustled up pork in sage with celeriac mustard mash and a cream sauce.
We've got an escallop here, and we've got an escallop underneath. So what we've got one side of the meat which is cooked, the other side of the meat is cooked, and somehow or another sandwiched together, and the inside is raw. And right now, I'm really sorry, I do not want to eat that.
DJ Jacob is pinning his Cornish dream on French toast with blackberry apple compote and brandy cream.
Great textures. Jacob, it's really good.
Thank you.
Really good. Sweet, soft, comforting, hint of brandy. I think the balance of flavours is pretty good.
Vegetarian wine lover Julie has gone for a meat option, pork stuffed with apple and cider with a curly kale garnish.
Are you really a vegetarian? So why did you not just cook with vegetables?
Fear, mostly. It wouldn't be enough of a dish.
And you haven't actually cooked this beautiful kale. So what's it doing there?
Garnish.
Well, people will sit on a plate, Julie, and eat it.
Yeah.
And it's raw. You see?
Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
It's
Raw?
looking a bit uncooked.
Yeah. We're going to have to draw a veil over that, aren't we?
Yeah.
Thanks for your time. Off you go. Get yourselves a cup of tea.
Terrifying.
Why do you do things that you would never
I do.
I like Jacob's food, you like Jacob's food. From the moment he set eyes on the ingredients, he understood what he was going to do. He made that fruit compote. It was sticky, and it was sweet, and it was sour. It wasn't over-sugared.
I was just astounded I managed to get a plate of food out and take it up to the table, to be honest.
He comes up trumps, so the guy's got to go through. You know, absolutely. DJ, spin that wheel. Julie, now look, come on. The girl's a vegetarian. She cooked meat. In fact, she didn't cook it. She introduced it to a pan. She couldn't even cook a piece of cabbage, John.
No, I agree.
It was raw.
I totally agree.
I'm exhausted, but a lot of learning came out of it.
Anyway, Christine.
It was raw pork. The curly kale was steamed and not cooked all the way through.
It's worrying.
I concur.
I was horrified to discover that it was slightly raw, and inside I just died.
Christine's out.
But what about Simon?
Bread and butter pudding, he had the right idea. He didn't have a disaster. That was nice and soft in the middle there, but a lot of alcohol in the cream. But that wasn't a bad idea.
I don't know what went wrong there. I think my hand must have been a bit too shaky. I'd tipped too much brandy in there.
Done. Simon's through then.
We've got Christine and Julie out. Jacob and Simon in. This means we have to decide between Chris and Arlene. How do you feel about Chris? Because I'm confused with Chris, because he brought up a plate of food that frankly looked atrocious.
The pork was so overcooked, it was like boot leather. The sauce was over-reduced with far too much sage in it. That's the sum of parts. The sum of parts of Arlene's food is, yes, she put a bit of cheese in a bit of pig, and then she made the most extraordinary mashed potato I've eaten in a very long time.
I feel really disappointed myself. Because I wanted to do well just for me.
Chris did not attempt to put cheddar in his pork.
I'm actually very disappointed, not in what I cooked, but the way I did it. I think the execution was pretty poor, really.
We know we've got mistakes with these two. Which has the most promise? We have to make a decision. Who is likely to be the better cook? We're looking for passion, determination, that spark.
3 of you are going home and 3 of you are staying with us. Jacob, you're cooking tomorrow. Well done. Julie? Christine? Sorry, guys, you're leaving us. Simon? You are staying with us.
Thank you.
So where does that leave us? Arlene? Chris? Arlene, you better cook your socks off tomorrow, girl.
Yes!
Sorry, Chris.
Sorry, Chris. Yes! It's quite exciting. To think that John Turode and Greg Wallace see potential in me just absolutely thrills me. It really does.
It's absolutely fantastic. I'm relieved as well, because today's been very exhausting.
I'm shocked to have got through. I really am quite shocked.
For the moment, they can relax. But tomorrow, the pressure is on as they face 2 more daunting tests. It's early morning on the second day, and the contestants arrive at the Montague, a modern British restaurant at London's 5-star Churchill Hyatt Regency Hotel. Jacob, Arlene and Simon will now have to prove they can stand the pressure of a professional kitchen. They'll be working under the watchful eye of exec chef Ben in a hectic lunchtime service.
We've got 64 booked for lunch, so it's going to be a busy one. We have our standards and they have to be exact.
Today they're in an open-plan kitchen where the customers can see and hear everything. There can be no mistakes. It's 1 p.m. and service begins.
Pass up the halibut straight away.
Arlene is in charge of the fish main, halibut with spinach, poached egg and a cream mustard sauce. It's the most popular lunch dish and a lot to handle.
Arlene, that last table away was 1 halibut.
Yes, chef.
Straight away, 1 more.
Yes, chef.
Then 1 more straight after that. So
Yes,
1,
chef.
1 and 1, yes?
Yes, chef.
New order, 2 beetroot.
Simon is making the hot beetroot and goat's cheese starter. It may look simple, but he soon runs into trouble with sloppy presentation.
That's only on there because it was on there when it went under the grill, yeah? Do 2 more straight away.
I'm going to get another 2 out there pretty quick.
Jacob is making corn-fed chicken stuffed with tomatoes and tarragon.
Jacob, are you ready?
No, I'm not, chef.
How long?
1 minute, chef.
Needs to be coming quicker.
It's coming, chef. 1 minute.
How long for one chicken?
1 minute.
Jacob, now you need to rush.
I am rushing.
Give me the chicken.
1 second, chef. I'm trying not to lose it, but it's not easy.
These are the ones I called on order before. You need another chicken. Away. Kate, away.
Chef Ben is not impressed, and it's halfway through service. Jacob still can't get up to speed.
Eileen, halibut. Now, straight on.
Arlene's halibut is still in great demand, but she's coping under the pressure.
Straight after you've done this one, go back. I need one more straight away. And then after that, you've got another one.
Yes, chef.
Very good, very nice.
It's been amazing, but I'm really exhausted.
Jacob is still struggling. He just can't keep up, and his coordination is a disaster.
Jacob, we're waiting again for the chicken. How long?
2 minutes, chef.
How long for your next one?
4 minutes, chef. 5 minutes, chef.
I'll buy you a new watch, I think.
I never want to cook another piece of chicken in my life.
While Arlene handles the pace and Jacob battles on, Simon has settled into his stride and is producing a perfect run of dishes. 2 hours later, and the contestants have served over 65 covers. It's time for John and Greg to meet head chef Ben Purton to find out how they got on.
Tell me about Jacob.
I think Jacob came in very enthusiastic, but just got very, very flustered during service. He would respond to you and say, yes, chef, chicken's on. And then when you ask for it, where is it? It's still going to be 7 or 8 minutes because it's only just gone in the oven.
What about Simon?
He coped with his starter very, very well. When it was wrong, he realised his mistake, corrected it, and didn't make it again.
Tell me about Arlene.
She had a busy section to run. She kept up with the pace all the way through, did very well, but needed constant reminder and constant pushing. If I had to employ one of the guys, it'd definitely be Simon.
Now they're straight back to MasterChef HQ to cook their best 2-course meal. Yesterday, Arlene just made it through on the strength of her mash, but she coped well under extreme pressure. Now she needs to produce the meal of her life to stay in the competition. Simon knocked the judges out with his boozy dessert, but he impressed in the restaurant. Can he now deliver great food to prove he's more than a dinner party cook? DJ Jacob delighted with his fruity brioche, but lost his nerve in the kitchen. Can he now cook an inspired menu and stay in the race?
You have 1 hour to completely wow us. It really is now up to you. Good luck, off you go.
They have just 1 hour to cook a 2-course meal of their own design. Only one will win a place in Friday's quarter-final. Jacob is hoping some simple, well-executed dishes will make up for his performance in the pro kitchen.
Jacob, you look like you've got many processes on the go here.
I have. We've got watercress and spring onion soup to start, and that's followed by baked monkfish.
Do you think that a soup as a starter is too simple, a first course, to make you a quarter-finalist?
If I go to a restaurant, I'm really happy to start with a soup. If it's a good soup, it's a good soup.
Fairly simple. Could be clean food. Who knows? But I'm not that excited by it.
I think it's okay. The problem is I'm not thinking at all in any way, oh, I can't wait to try that.
After yesterday's pork and cheese disaster, Arlene has to produce some well-thought-out dishes.
What are you cooking for us?
Sweet and chilli salad to start. I'm making you salmon with white wine sauce, crushed potatoes and garden peas.
Tell me what you cook at home. What is your style?
Real food. Food you're like, I can smell it when I walk in the door.
Arlene, a piece of salmon and a salad.
Maybe what we're going to do is discover something which is absolutely brilliant. And we always have that hope. You've got 20 minutes left.
After yesterday's alcoholic dessert, Simon needs to make 2 perfectly flavoured dishes.
What's worrying me is, are we having a throwback to yesterday here? Can you see this? Look. Any other cook, don't worry at all. From you, Simon, this is bothering me hugely.
Don't worry about it, I'll be burning the alcohol off of it today, so you won't get drunk today on it.
What are you cooking for us?
Today I'm cooking poussin wrapped in pancetta with a wild mushroom stuffing, serving that on a bed of Savoy cabbage with a sweet potato mash.
You sound to me as though you're reading this from a book.
It's not something out of a book, it's something I've put together myself.
Cream and green peppercorn sauce? I don't get it.
With that, sweet potato.
Finished! That's it.
Arlene has made a salad of Parma ham, mozzarella, basil, peach, watercress and chilli, followed by seared salmon with a white wine dill sauce, crushed baby potatoes and peas.
It looks pretty messy, doesn't it? Salty Italian ham, wonderful acidic creamy mozzarella is great. Then I have this sweet, sticky peach that goes in there.
I think you've got to ask yourself some very, very basic questions like why would you want to eat peach with a slice of buttered bread? Why on earth did you do it?
I just went mad. I went ingredient mad.
Let's move to from your starter to your main course of salmon. I think your salmon's slightly overcooked. I like the simplicity of the dish, though, Arlene. It is seriously, seriously salty.
Where did all that salt come from? Wow.
To start, Jacob has made watercress and spring onion soup, followed by baked monkfish with steamed vegetables, roast baby potatoes and a sweet spicy sauce.
Mate, you said you were going to make a bowl of soup. Spring onion watercress is a new one on me. I'd do it now. I'd make it at home. I think that's quite nice. Cool.
You've taken us from sort of going, oh, it's a bowl of soup, to two men who are smiling gleefully at you, who are now going, this is good.
Excellent.
Soup's gone. Main course. I have no complaint whatsoever. The red pepper sauce, yeah, all right, it works. Is there a little bit of chilli in there or something?
There's some chilli and some curry powder in it.
I'm actually quite pleased, and I didn't think I would be.
There is that wonderful surprise of that curry powder and the chilli, isn't there? Which really bring the dish alive. And then you get that wonderful caramelised small potato chip. It's really good.
Thank you.
My problem is, right now, is I don't like the look of it. And if I got that in a restaurant, my first preconception would be, oh, yeah.
Simon's starter is smoked mackerel with warm balsamic tomatoes and dill creme fraiche. For main, pancetta wrapped poussin, sweet potato mash, Savoy cabbage and a sherry peppercorn sauce.
I don't see a lot of work going in here.
I've tried to keep it simple.
I just think this looks a little bit amateurish. This creme fraiche and dill, in between balsamic and smoked fish, has no chance whatsoever. I don't think this is a hugely successful plate. I don't know where all these flavours can possibly all meet up and match together.
The tomato for me doesn't work. It doesn't work in there at all. But those sweet onions with that mackerel is great.
Right. What's that sauce made out of? Port?
Sherry.
Randy? Sherry?
Sherry.
It's really, really strong. Again, it's you and your booze, mate. I enjoyed it because it was such a surprise, but I didn't expect flavours like that.
Soft chicken, salty, delicious bacon, good sauce. It's very good, Simon.
Thank you.
It's very clever.
Thank you very much for your efforts. You know what happens. We make a decision, we get you back in when we're finished. Off you go. Well, we've got a decision to make. Difficult choice. We have to discuss Arlene.
Peaches, mozzarella and ham with basil and watercress was not going to work.
Oh, man.
Those potatoes were more salty than anything I've eaten in a very, very long time. The fish was overcooked.
The competition meant everything to me. So, but I've just produced bad food.
I cannot, in my professional right, put Arlene through to become a quarter-finalist here on MasterChef.
Fine, she goes, and it's just a decision about the boys. Let me first talk about Simon. I think Simon had some nice touches.
I felt that the flavours that I had, I really liked, I really enjoyed. Perhaps they were overdone.
Both of us didn't enjoy Simon's starter at all. The mackerel was dry, the tomatoes didn't quite work with the cream, and then the main course was okay. The sauce was really interesting, the sherry sauce and the richness of those peppercorns. I actually think he cooked elements of that dish very well.
I want to talk about Jacob.
For me, Jacob's food was honest and real.
The one thing that is unarguable, and that is the way he cooked every element of every bit of food on both those plates was perfect.
The star on his main course for me were those little fried potatoes. That biting flavour that comes with those potatoes lifted that dish right up.
I was really pleased with what they said about my food. Really surprised and very pleased, especially after my disaster in the real kitchen today.
The major issue, and it is major, is that Jacob can't hold his own in a pro kitchen.
So what do we do? The fact is, Simon in the kitchen performed very, very well indeed. That's what our chef told us.
But is he ever going to be as good a cook as Jacob?
Thanks for being patient.
We have found our winner. Jacob.
Congratulations. Well done.
Well done, Jacob. Thanks a lot. This is very cool, very pleased. I thought I was going to probably show myself up when I walked in here yesterday, so it's really good, very good feeling.
I'm really disappointed that I can't go further. I felt I had a little bit more to offer in terms of culinary tastes.
I've had a fantastic experience. I loved working in the pro kitchen. That was just a utter buzz. Right now, I'm going to have a large glass of wine and think about what I'm going to do next.
I'm through to a quarter-final at MasterChef. I wouldn't have thought that a couple of days ago, so it's a fantastic feeling, really good.
You become a quarter-finalist. If I was them, I would be trying my absolute damnedest because I'd want to win.
The sharpness is offset perfectly by the sweet biscuit. That's an absolute winner.
That is very good indeed.
You have nothing but good cooks from this stage onwards.